We are entering
winter.
Wifed up winter.
Winter is coming.
Everyone is getting cuffed left and right. I think I'm left out into the frozen desert. Frozen desert.
The frozen desert. Yes, yes.
What the is going on?
I like to party.
Jesus, honey, wax much?
This is Unwaxed
Get in, loser, we're going shopping.
with Sophia and Sistine Stallone.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the
Unwaxed podcast with your favorite sisters,
Sistine
and Sophia.
Ooh, a little switcheroo today.
Well, because I figured since last week I messed up, and didn't I say I owe you? And I figured,
I think that was 2 weeks.
no.
Last week, you're right.
It was last week
My head is
when I messed up the timing.
scrambled. I woke up in a very happy mood today.
Why?
Good question. Sometimes I wake up really sad. Anyone else for no reason? You know what it is?
I feel like most days I do.
Most days I do. And sometimes I'll get a full 8 hours of sleep and I'll be more tired than I would if I got a 3 or 4 hour sleep.
Really?
Yeah. And I had a great sleep last. I mean, I sweat a little bit, but nightmares.
How is that possible? I make the rooms unbelievably cold. Like the opposite. She's the one that sleeps in 75 degrees. I'm the one that likes to sleep in like 68 degrees.
I think, it's not even about the heat. I honestly like the pressure of weight on me as I sleep. That's why I sleep under such heavy blankets.
Yeah.
I almost like to be suffocated.
Do you sleep in sweatpants? Like, what do you sleep in? I don't
Sweats,
even know.
hoodie,
Really?
comforter, giant blanket. If I could, I'd have a weighted blanket, but I don't own one.
I'm not going to say it, but I'm the total opposite.
Sophia's like naked on top of the sheets.
I
Honestly, going in
with
her
blowing
room,
cold air on top of me.
going into the room in the middle of the night is very scary. I'm like, are you having an exorcism? Like, what are you doing?
And
Lie on top of the bed.
Actually, you get nervous every time you walk into my room because you don't know what to expect. When it's like weird because I don't do anything else other than
Sophia
read.
gets so mad at me whenever she walks into my room and goes, hey, what's up? I scream.
Scream.
I go, God, you scared the shit out of me.
And every time I now do it, like I knock on the door, I say, hello, and then I walk in and go, hi, and she's still I don't know.
I get more scared of you walking into my room than I would walking through a haunted house. Honestly, I jump.
Is it the way I look? Is my face
I don't
scaring
know
you?
what it is. I think I get so focused when I do my makeup, or by the way, I snapped all my makeup today. I put fake eyelashes on, and I feel like I could scale a building. I feel like I could do anything.
You always put fake lashes on.
No, I don't. Normally, I've been like, ooh, I saw one video of this model. She's like, strip lashes are out. It's all about individuals. And I was like, she's right. The stranger, I have no idea. Nope, put back on the strip.
No, strip are better.
So powerful.
I always use strip. I cut my strips in half. So I put it on the edge.
I still think I'm going to do a makeup routine one day.
You should. You're good at makeup.
I'm scared.
I feel like I'm a hit and miss with makeup.
I was thinking about when we first started this podcast, how we had this whole outline for the show and we had all of these segments lined up. And one of them was Social Media Minute. And we were like, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to have 1 minute and just cover all the things in social media. And we kind of wanted to talk about things that are involving the media today. So I guess this is our Social Media Minute. Enter news anchor soundtrack. Good. I saw this on TikTok today that Chris Evans is set to do the voiceover for the new Buzz Lightyear.
What?
Now, I wasn't a Pixar fan before, but
That's
I will be
as
tuning
weird
in.
as Mario being played by Chris Pratt.
Excuse me?
You know the new Mario film that's coming out? How Jack Black is playing Bowser.
Wait, but are they doing an animation, like a voiceover?
Yeah, a voiceover.
Oh, I thought they were dressing up as like, can you imagine Jack Black as Bowser?
Honestly, I hope he's like that for Halloween.
That would be
That'd
really
be awesome.
funny.
But Chris Evans is playing the voice of.
I'm not going to lie. I watched the trailer. It's out. Sexy.
Really?
Buzz Lightyear is not allowed to be sexy.
You thought he looked sexy?
Well, no, I didn't think he looked sexy because it is a cartoon and that would be weird.
I used to have a crush on Peter Pan.
No, the real boy. Not the cartoon.
No, both.
Well, which cartoon did I really have a crush on?
The one from Mulan or Ratatouille, Remy, the rat.
I did not have a crush on a rat, Sophia.
What did you have?
Are you kidding me?
I
remember. His name was like Slater or something like that. He was that fish with the scar on its eye.
The one from
Finding
Nemo. Okay, you think the cartoon Peter Pan is weirder than the cartoon fish from Nemo? Having a crush on?
No, he's got something.
I was going to say, I thought you were going to say Danny Phantom.
Oh, yeah, he's cute too.
He was cute.
Another thing on the Social Media Minute is our producers had sent us this link this morning. And it honestly triggered me right when I saw it.
This is the most disappointing news I've heard in a while.
Yeah. So apparently our beloved dating app Hinge, which Sophia and I are too familiar with,
A little bit. A little
are
bit.
now showing this new feature about sending voice notes. And
You know, we've brought this up before. We have a big passion and hatred towards men sending voice memos. I don't mind my girlfriends doing it if they're in the car, it's
Yes.
fine. Maybe if you're dating the guy, it's fine.
I think we went on a
But-
rant, maybe episode 49.
yeah,
if my
something
brain
like that. But
is
when it's
correct.
a new thing, I don't know.
I'll give you guys, this is a quote from their website, right? So dating app Hinge is adding new audio features, letting users answer the quote, getting to know you prompts on their profile using audio clips in exchange for voice notes. So,
Oh, wait. Actually, that kind of sounds cool. You know?
no.
No?
Sophia?
They're answering the questions because if you don't know what Hinge is, you answer 3 very random questions like my favorite adventure. Well,
There's something about, though, listening to someone's voice and not actually seeing them say it themselves. Like, that's just weird. You're looking at a photo and you're saying, this is what this person sounds like. And, well, obviously, you look at someone's picture on Instagram and you're like, oh, they're cute. You never think, what does their voice sound like? I don't want to know.
what if you heard their voice before and you realized you weren't attracted to their voice and then just
That's my exact point.
No, that's what I'm saying. So then you just got rid of one guy that you thought was cute. You heard his voice. It sounded not
Well,
cute.
listen, if you're not attracted to his voice, that's a problem.
It's
to
a
start
huge
with.
red flag. So we'll see how this works out. I'm actually very curious. If anyone is on Hinge,
You know what
I
someone
want to see
should
how
do?
this goes.
If I was on Hinge, oh man, this would be so funny. Every answer, you should put it into some sort of voice altering generator, and every single one will sound like Darth Vader, and one will sound super high pitched on helium, and it's just, they'll never know what you do.
You know, that reminds me of the TV show on Netflix, the one with the masks on, so you don't really know what they look like until the end.
Yes.
What's it called?
Masked Singer?
No, not that's the singing one. The dating one that we think is the funniest show
Oh.
ever.
Beast.
Dating Beast or something.
Fantastic Beast.
Something like that, where you wear a mask. But regardless, it's when you find out at the end what they actually look like because they're masked the entire time.
I want someone to do it in a different language. How funny would that be?
That would just not make any sense because I would not know what
That's
they're
why
saying.
it's funny. That's why it's funny.
Well, speaking of Hinge, I had said to Sistine that if you guys followed us before, we went into Hot Girl Summer saying it's Toxic Girl Summer. We were making jokes a lot saying that we want chaos, we want drama. We did manifest that into our lives, and that was just something we decided 2 episodes after that we didn't want.
It was too much for me.
It was too much.
I thought I was about that life.
It wasn't the life we wanted. It wasn't the life meant for us. But now it's fall. It's going to be winter soon. So I like to call it wifed up winter. We are
Wifed up
entering
winter.
wifed up winter.
Winter is coming.
Everyone is getting cuffed left and right. I think I'm left out into the frozen desert. Frozen desert.
The frozen desert. Yes. Let that sit.
I'm at the frozen wasteland of winter wonderland. Just leave me there, single and alone. But
She's a White Walker out there.
I am a White Walker out there. I'm freezing.
basically Jon Snow.
Snow. Basically.
You know nothing, Jon
But
Snow.
it's very interesting. Why do you think everyone wants to get wifed up and
because
coupled
it's
up?
cold.
You think the only
That is literally the only reason. It's cold. And there's nothing better than snuggling someone when it's cold outside and watching cozy movies. And I think all of the holidays stacked up as well. It's nice to spend with someone.
Yeah.
Like you got Thanksgiving, and then you got Christmas, and then you have New Year's, and then you have Valentine's Day, and then you have St. Patty's Day, and then you have Halloween again. It's just
then you have
So
Halloween
many
all
hol-
over again. No, so you're having like a cuffed whole year is what we need.
yeah.
Cuffed year. But yeah, I agree. Yeah, the temperature goes down. Everyone wants to watch The Holiday 12 times. You want to have
I
some mulled wine. Is it mulled wine?
Don't love that movie.
The
Why
Holiday?
does everyone like that movie so much?
What is
Or
are you
Love?
serious?
What's the one? Love Actually.
I actually
Don't
think
love
it's-
that one
I
either.
think it's a little overhyped. I agree with that one. But I love The Holiday. How do you not like Cameron Diaz, Jack Black, Kate Winslet? I'm forgetting one great actor. He's really cute.
I like Jack Skellington. Nightmare Before Christmas. That counts as a holiday
That
movie.
is the scariest film. One of the scariest films I've seen.
Does that count as a Christmas movie? I think it does.
No, it's counts of actually it kind of it's perfect for you because it's partially Halloween and that's your favorite holiday and mixed with Christmas.
I I know.
I don't get it.
So anyway, I agree. I think people like to spend, you know what it is? No, I think Christmas movies really set people up for failure, created unrealistic expectations that you're going to have a meet cute with someone at a toy store and you're both reaching for the last gift and then it breaks and you're like, fuck.
That's me
we
right
should
now.
go get a hot chocolate.
I've been reading way too many romance books and all of them involve meet cutes and they're so adorable. Like the front cover is like two cartoon, like obviously characters kissing.
See,
and I'm sitting here like, I can't even get a coffee.
Well, that's why I don't really feel bad for you, Sophia. Like
Why?
you should just do what I do. Don't read. And then you won't get your
Okay, Sistine. I'll shut down my entire love and favorite book club to avoid heartbreak.
Do you want to be wifed up this winter?
Yeah, I want a wifed up winter.
Are you ready for a relationship?
It's been over 2 years. Yes. My fingers are getting a little frostbite.
You know what's interesting? I was watching this interview with Barb of Halvin. Maybe it came out 2 years ago. This is, I think, right when she started dating Dylan Sprouse. And she was saying, she's such a hot couple, but she is so stunning.
Yeah,
like, there's no way this girl doesn't have a boyfriend all the time. She's so beautiful. She was saying that she was single for 5 years and she thought that there was no guy for her and it never worked out and she always thought it was me and she was just comfortable with the idea of not being with anyone.
Yeah.
And then she said, out of nowhere, 5 years later, she met the perfect guy and she said it was worth the wait. So
yeah, I've been saying this. Like I'm putting zero effort in. Like I'm not even trying and I assume everyone isn't interested. And now I'm kind of getting that maybe I should.
I don't know, Sophie. You say you don't try, but yet you tell yourself every day, I don't chase, I attract what will come to me.
I haven't said that anymore.
So,
I used
what does
to.
that mean?
I don't chase, I attract what belongs. It's not just about love. It's about everything else. And you know, it was funny. I thought about cuffing season because Sistine and I went to lunch and we sat next to a couple that was on their first date. And I forgot how awkward first dates are.
There are so, every time I go to a restaurant now, everyone is on a date.
Everyone.
Literally only tables for two.
That's it.
Or three if they want to have fun.
Like restaurants now
mostly
just
two,
stack
though.
them in a row because people just expect it's going to be a date.
Yeah.
It's
and
crazy.
so Sophia and I we were on a little date the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And right next to us was this couple. And the girl sat down first. And you can tell she was nervous and dressed up. And you could tell she was waiting for someone. And then this guy kind of shuffles in 10 minutes later. And we're like,
red flag.
Strike one, bro.
Late.
Strike one. And we are listening to their entire conversation.
This
and
is bad. That's bad. But I just want to say, don't eavesdrop. I think that's total invasion of privacy.
But let me tell you what we found out.
Have like gone on way too many lunch dates ourselves. So we were curious.
It's about how you look at it. See, people could say that's very disrespectful to eavesdrop, yes? But they should put into consideration that is simply for the listeners. We're doing it for you guys. We're, observing reporting. So that's what we did.
I didn't like her outfit that much. That's another red flag.
Oh, Sophia, she looks fine. Oh, God. Yeah, that's what she told me. She goes, she wore an Apple Watch. What's wrong with an Apple Watch?
I like Apple Watches. I'm not saying they're bad, but I wouldn't wear it on a date. What am I tracking? My calorie count? But I don't want to see like a text.
What if she's doing her steps?
I have a question. This is it. So you know how it's very rude, and this is why I said it's red flag. You know it's very rude for anybody on a date to have their phone out, right? Like you shouldn't check text messages. You shouldn't answer the phone. It's really disrespectful to not focus on who's in front of you. Don't you think that's considered the same thing when you wear an Apple Watch and you're getting text notifications on your wrist? And tell me there is not 1 inch, ounce of you that wouldn't look.
That's true. It's like a reflex.
It's your phone. And I think also, I'm sorry, it's not that stylish. So it's like, it doesn't even
they should upgrade it. I don't know.
It looks like, I don't know. It looks like you're in a SpaceX about to go
Apple,
launch a mission. I don't know.
Let's figure this out.
It's just not that cool. But she wore it and I was like, no.
I totally agree. I didn't think about it like that. Because nothing bothers me more when there is a phone on the table during dinner. Just
no phones.
You don't need
no
to
Apple
check,
Watches.
The fucking sports game right now.
I know. What's fucking next? An Apple ring? I don't need
any
more notifications. Because my girlfriend has an Apple Watch and constantly her wrist is popping off. She just always looks at messages. And I just think that's rude.
Okay, so Apple Watch, red flag for Sophia. It sounded like they had met through a mutual friend.
Mm-hmm.
And so all they did was talk about
that friend.
The friend.
The entire time.
They did talk about they were both in different medical fields.
Yeah.
But I could just tell it wasn't vibing.
It wasn't
I don't know.
working.
Something wasn't clicking.
I don't think they were attracted to each
I
other.
think
There wasn't like a
she was more attracted to him.
yes.
I don't know.
No, he was dressed nice. He was dressed nice.
Yes.
He put an outfit. I saw the shoes looked cool. The outfit looked nice. It was like an afternoon date.
Sometimes
It
I
was
think
just-
though, because like watching it from, a fly on the wall's point of view,
Yeah.
it was very awkward. And sometimes I think, am I that awkward? Maybe.
I don't think you are.
Sophia, but we don't shut up on a date. So that's
think-
pretty awkward. We don't let dry air go.
No, and then we don't know if the guy actually has any personality or not after the 5th date. And then we realize they have none.
I
And
know.
then we have to formulate a reason.
I'm trying to think of the most awkward date that I've ever been on. So many.
Oh, I remember one. I was on a date where you remember the guy. You told me I shouldn't go on a date with him.
Which one?
It was the one that he made me drive 50 minutes to the restaurant because he. It was just bad. Like, look, I don't mind driving 50 minutes to a restaurant. I mean,
Sophia.
when we both live kind of in the same
No,
area.
I'll tell you what. On
it
a
did not
first
make sense.
date, he wanted to bring you to some suspicious warehouse downtown to check out his hoodies. And I said, Sophia,
I think he was dating someone at that time,
I told you
which
that.
I thought is kind of wrong.
Kinda.
Like a little bit. I didn't find out till later. And then a year later, obviously, he had to be single if he was asking me out. And it was just an awkward date because I think he was just starting to do a podcast and we were on our, I don't know, maybe it was like 30th where we've been doing it for so long.
Yeah.
And I was trying to give him advice and he kept retracting it. And so I said to him,
Oh,
What do you
man,
have?
he
No-
can't take advice from you.
no,
oh,
I told him, I
boy.
said, what, you have no balls?
Oh my God, Sophia. Jesus.
And I kid you not. And by the way, when I get, you can ask Sistine, when I give advice or if I am speaking up about something, I am a very harsh person. Like, I don't like to beat around the bush. I'll tell you as it is. And
Yeah,
I don't-
Sophia's
don't take it
form
personally.
of caring for you is very aggressive. And
Yeah.
it comes off as harsh, but it's love.
I'm a passionate person in every single way, especially with giving advice. And so when I said that to him, I didn't mean it literally. Like, I didn't obviously think that he was like,
Sounds pretty
that,
aggressive.
but I remember the rest of the date so uncomfortable. Like, we're at a pasta place. He ordered a salad. I'm like, oh, you're on a health diet? Like, what are you, like, trying to, like, he goes,
Oh my God,
yes.
Sophia, you are busting balls
And
out
he's
here,
like,
bro.
he goes,
Jesus.
"Oh," so then he goes, yes. He goes, yeah, I'm actually trying to, like, get fit. I'm like,
But who cares?
well, no. And then I said, oh, that's fine. But I didn't.
Why did you say anything in the first place?
I think I was so nervous for the date that I just kept mumbling and jittering anything. And
I mean, a lot of people do that. But what I have found that kind of works and is a good way to fill up, the dead air space. And you don't want to keep talking about yourself or asking them questions. A little trick that I like to do on a first or second or whatever date is I'll look at the tables around me and I'll make up scenarios with the date about
Mhm.
what they're meeting about. And then, so for example, I'd started like, oh my God, do you see these two women to my right? And he'll go, yeah. And I'm like, can you believe that after being distant sisters their entire life, they finally are brought back together based off of like both reaching for the same coffee at Starbucks? And
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, that's insane. And then you just keep building and building.
Yeah.
And then it creates...
well, some people are bad at that. And you can tell when someone's bad at it. They're like, oh, yeah, haha. And they don't continue it. And then you keep going and just,
I force it out of them.
you force it out.
Mhm, for
Yeah.
sure.
But that's a good date. I mean, that's not awkward. That's good that you at least have a way to, like,
I'm so
hack
good
it.
at dating.
I know.
I-
I'm
I-
good. I get giddy and nervous and I talk a lot.
You know
I
what?
definitely
Oh my God.
I don't think I'm bad to date. I just think that
I
that one
certain-
specific was bad.
Well, I certainly would not want to go on a first date with you
Why wouldn't you want to date me? You can't just say,
Oh.
I would never date you.
because you wouldn't let me talk.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's it.
That's fair.
And I like to talk too.
Well, I wouldn't want to date you.
Fair. I remember in high school, though, we had this news TV show where every Friday they'd put the school news or whatever. And there's one segment where this kid would go around campus and hold up a poster board of all of these yearbook photos. And random students would have to pair who they think the couple is. And people point to my photo and said, no, she's not dating anyone. She's dating herself.
Oh, I do
And
remember that.
everyone got
Yeah.
so triggered by it. I thought it was funny, but I got called into the principal about it. they're asking like, "Are you okay? Are your feelings hurt? I can't believe they aired
I mean,
that."
it's not definitely not a nice thing, but obviously you make a joke out of it because we were raised with a dad that like and
I thought
mom
it
that
was
likes to.
funny. Yes, I am dating myself.
So you know how you said in the morning that you had a really great morning?
Yes.
I did too, because I actually found a really good TV series, and I know that you've been wanting to watch it.
Yes.
It's the Sex, Love, and Goop series on Netflix.
Gwyneth Paltrow can do no wrong.
No, I love Goop. I know people are always skeptical about her and her message and all this stuff in Goop. I don't know why.
What are they skeptical about?
I think they don't. I think people just don't like her in some ways. I don't know what it is, but I really like the show. And of course, like the show is basically about sex. Like the first episode is called A Show About Sex. And I wasn't really
Straight to the point.
Yeah, I wasn't really knowing what to expect because I knew going into it, maybe it's obviously about sex, but about, I don't know if it was about masturbating and things like that. But it was really interesting because I know how much we love to talk about 5 languages of love.
Yes. I'm obsessed with that quiz.
Yeah, it's so much fun. If you don't know what it is, take the test. It's the way you respond to love the best. Like if you respond with words or touch or gifts, whatever, there's 5 of them and you should learn yours and your partner's. But there was one that was called the Erotic Blueprint.
Yeah. So Sophia sends me a link at 9 a.m. this morning. It goes,
I run
need
into
you
her
to
room.
take this quiz right now.
Yeah, right
and
now.
I said, I'm on it.
Well, right when I saw them doing it, I'm like, I got to just take this while I'm watching the show.
Mhm.
And it was so interesting because there's 5 different ones. So just like the 5 languages of love, there's 5 different erotic blueprints, which is basically what gets you the most aroused because everyone has different things that they like. And you do, and so does your boyfriend and your friend and your mom and your dad, whatever. Sorry, not to bring your parents into this, but there's 5.
And
there's,
your dog.
And your dog
And
and,
the
a
neighbor.
hamster. Yes.
Yes.
So there's 5. There's energetic, there's sensual, sexual, kinky, and shapeshifter. So to give,
That's the one I want.
I know.
What does that mean?
I'll explain it. So energetic,
Shapeshifter.
if you are energetic, space, longing, presence, eye gazing, it's light or hovering touch. They feel more with less touch. It's more like tantra, yoga, meditation.
Oh, it's one of those people that you can just hover your hands over them and
Yes.
they have like a full body
deep
orgasm.
connection, intimacy, altered
Yeah, that ain't
states.
it, but
yeah,
good for
I
you
knew
if
I
you can
wasn't
do
that
that.
off the bat. 2, there's sensual. There's pleasures of all senses. So you need the music, the surroundings, the textures, the oils, water, flowers, the ambiance. Like,
That's a lot of work.
it's just no, it's not that necessarily. It's more your mind needs to be in it.
No,
for you to
your
feel-
space needs to be
Yes,
in it so you can mentally
exactly. Depending on So
Okay.
then sexual is honestly kind of like the most generic one, which is just like porn gets you aroused and naked bodies, like things like that. It's easy, super to please, whatever. Kinky is naughty, taboo, forbidden, playfulness. It's it's almost, you can use handcuffs, you can use feathers.
It says it all in the name.
Yeah. It's all like kind of BDSM a little bit. And then shapeshifter is all.
Oh.
So basically you're not one, you're 2 or more. Like you're not just one gets you aroused. Most of them do. So you do have it just like 5 languages of love. You have percentages. So you could be like a top with one and then second with another one and something's going to be last. So I made Sistine take it. I took it. I kind of wasn't surprised. I got sensual, which is like the surroundings. What you said was,
Wait, you got sensual?
yes. And you were like, you just shit on that one only.
Oh. Sophia, I didn't know you needed candles and
No, I don't need candles.
and
but-
lavender oil on
No,
your
no,
pillow.
no. I just like I'm a very much in general, not
You
even
are.
just
That
about-
makes so much sense
not
for
just
you.
about sex, just in general. I like things to be perfect for the scenario.
You like
just in
to
general.
manifest, the experience to be good before it happens.
Jesus. All right. What is yours?
Oh God, I think you could probably guess.
I'm assuming it's kinky.
That would be correct.
Congratulations.
Sorry, Mom.
Oh, that's fun. But it's actually really interesting.
I was shocked by that.
I wasn't.
Excuse me.
It's a compliment. It means you're exciting. You're different. Your book is the dare. Like
I'm forbidden.
You're forbidden fruit. No, but it was really interesting watching the show. I know some of you are probably cringing at this if you don't usually talk about sex, but I think it's important to talk about. The couples were totally different. Like the guy was more sexual, the girl was more kinky. and he was last on Kiki and she was first on it. So
I think that's so important.
yeah, to find
Yeah.
that out. And so what happened was you just saw them learn what each other's preferences were, and they were able to do it. And it was like the guy started crying.
See, okay, for all Unwaxed
It's
listeners
crazy.
out there, please make your partner take this quiz and then let us know both of your. We're not going to share it on the show, but I'm actually just want to DM us. I'm really curious to see.
Yeah,
what
I mean,
the,
actually, it's called Erotic Blueprint. There's a cheap, not cheap one. There's free one. There's another one that's deep and it's like $17.
No, just
Don't
do
that
the
one.
free
Just do the
one.
free one.
and let us know what you and your partner scored because
And
I want
you
to
might
see
be
if
surprised.
yeah, like opposites attract.
Yeah.
And I think if you're both kinky or you're both shapeshifters, which still sounds awesome.
And it sounds like a superpower.
It sounds so cool. It's like I'm going to be the Hulk today in
I know.
bed.
I'm gonna be the Hulk in bed, and then I'm gonna be the little flower.
I have a question about the test for you guys.
Yes.
Okay, when you were taking the test,
Yes.
did you feel like you had a hard time answering some of the questions that you hadn't tried before? Like, personally, I've never used whips and chains and
Right.
handcuffs.
Yeah.
So how do I know if I'm kinky if I've never used them?
Right.
Fair.
So that's the thing. There was questions about that, and I relate to that.
Mhm.
I just try to picture myself in this scenario because I felt weird answering those questions when I
Or-
haven't done that
or if
stuff.
you've seen it before. Say if you've seen, 365 days or 50 Shades of Grey, and that stuff doesn't make you uncomfortable and you're like, oh, wow, that seems awesome. Or instead you're like covering your eyes saying, oh, God, it's too much.
Right.
I think that's how you would know, right?
Right. I mean, I'm down to try, but like, do I know if I'm going to be like being paddled?
See, that's the thing, because how would you actually know? Because
Oh.
once you're in the scenario, it can be completely different.
I
You're like
think that's it.
assuming
I
that
think
you're
there's
interested.
levels to kinkiness. Do you know what I mean? Because like a paddle doesn't sound so appealing to me,
No, but on the show,
but like a handcuff, sure.
no, but like,
You know?
so,
That's
but
not so bad.
But on the show, what they did for her, because she had that same one, they just used feathers. They just did more touches and telling her like, feel
I
your
would,
shoulder, feel your leg, like
tickling would just be nice.
Silk.
it's the silk
Yeah.
and things like that. It didn't have to be like because
Like a blindfold.
Because when you think kink, you think like, oh, it's going to be 50 Shades of Grey, but that's not the
Yeah.
But it's not. We have like a stereotype around it. It's not. It's like
It does. It
feathers.
sounds
it's,
way more intense, I
it gives you
think,
those
than
like
it
little
is.
roller things. It doesn't need to be like insane.
Okay, also, how do I get a guy to tickle me with feathers?
Oh my god, I know. I feel like you have to
oh.
introduce it if you don't, unless you make your partner take the test with you.
No. I mean,
I don't know.
the
Actually,
only advice that is correct here is you have to communicate, but sometimes there's nothing worse than telling them exactly what you want because it's just uncomfortable. Talking about sex with your partner is like, it could be weird, but honestly, every time you do, it's better. Like,
Yeah.
there's never a scenario where it gets worse.
tell me one scenario in any dating relationship you've ever had that the number one thing to do is communicate.
No,
like
but ser-
literally every time when you're going through a
Yeah.
rough patch, communicate. When you're going through different types of sex and like life thing, communicate. When you're going through anything mental health, communicate. So it's with sex,
It's so true.
just communicate.
I mean, look, if you're telling your partner, babe, what you're doing, you're a rock star, solid. I'm going to give you an 8 out of 10. Maybe don't say that. I'm going to give you, a
Rock
pat on the
solid.
back. It's really good. But it would feel even better if you did this. And then you say, now what can I do to make you feel like, what can I do better?
Right.
And then that way he doesn't feel like, or she doesn't feel like it's too much for them. And like they think they have the responsibility.
Right.
And so it's even playing field.
Yeah.
Compliment sandwich.
yeah, always. So if you're ever uncomfortable or don't really know how to approach sex, I actually think this is a
Yeah.
really good show for you to watch, and it's a good introduction. So you can do it by yourself. No one needs to know, and then you get more comfortable with it.
Compliment sex witch.
Sex witch.
Sandwich.
Sex witch, yes. Happy
Whatever,
Halloween.
whatever.
Post-Halloween.
You know what I've been doing a lot recently?
Hmm.
I spend an extra 20 minutes after I park just sitting in my car.
Hmm.
Is that a form of being sad?
Huh.
Or I just like being alone. I don't know why. Sometimes I just like to sit there and do nothing. And I feel like I can be alone and I'm safe in this little bubble and I'm just on my phone. I don't know. I love it.
I actually don't blame you because I did that the other day when I was just sitting there and I didn't want to get out of my car yet.
I didn't either. I wasn't ready.
Why do you think that is though?
I don't know. Maybe it's the new shower thought, Sometimes I feel like I get all of my thinking done. I wrote half of this episode while just sitting in my car. I just feel like my brain can be clear and I don't have any, distractions. Because when you live with roommates and you're always out and you're running around, it's nice to do absolutely nothing and see no one and talk to no one.
Yeah, you know what it
and-
is though? It's because even if we're in the same building and you're in different rooms, they're still there. It's rare to have that privacy with whether you're working out because you work out in the gym, like I do my boxing. Ryan goes to work and he has his job with all of his coworkers.
Yeah.
And even coming back, we still are around each other. Sometimes I think your body, it's a natural way of saying, I need zero people, like any talk, be alone.
It's my safe space.
And it's only space. Because there's no person that can knock on your window. I mean, yes, they can, but like I think where you were parking,
Definitely.
no one does that.
I know. I realize how important it is to actually take time for yourself because I always thought, I love being around people and I love living with people and I love always talking to people and going to dinner with people. But actually being alone is awesome. And I really need to start doing it more. And it's honestly helped my brain sort of calm down. I think I run on a low level of anxiety all day, but then don't realize it because I'm undiagnosed. So I'm always just a little bit.
I think we've diagnosed it.
Are you allowed to diagnose it though?
Yeah.
Don't I need a therapist for that?
I think I've gone through enough therapists and
that's
talking
fair.
about it. I'm
You
going
can
to
be my
diagnose her.
therapist.
You're welcome.
But I feel like I'm constantly just like always on the verge, like always on the edge to be like, it could go bad. Or
Yeah, you seen that TikTok where he has the wheel and goes, turn it to the side.
So it's almost my form of meditation because I don't spend those 20, 30 minutes in the morning. Like that's my way of doing it. And then I'm able to come out of the car, relaxed, calm.
Well, you know what's also
Kumbaya.
good? I think it's important to also, if you live with a roommate, you live with your boyfriend, whoever, girlfriend, parents, is when you are with people 24/7, those people can really irritate you. And I know that Sistine and I, like we've said this before, we work, eat, sleep, basically do everything together. Like
We're pretty codependent.
we're very codependent on each other. Like honestly, she, as much as we shit on each other on this podcast, like I can't live without her. I hope you can't live.
No, it's true though.
Yeah, like we go to each other for any advice, for any like makeup help, hair help,
It's pretty
outfit.
funny. Like we're very codependent and we really...
We try to act to not like we're not. But
No, that's what's so funny. It's like our opinions are so polar opposite.
Yeah.
The way we execute anything is so different. But we're so dependent on each other, yet we'll never admit that like I need you, you need me for anything.
No, because it's funny that the other day, it felt a little off and it just gave us both, like, even though we didn't bring it up, so much anxiety that by the end of the day, I think she was leaving. She's like, "Are you mad at me?"
I walk into your room, I was like that kid, the kid meme where it's standing at the end of your parents' bed being like, I threw up. Like,
like literally like that. And honestly,
Sophia's lying in bed, I'm like standing over her and go, are you mad at me or something?
And I was like, honestly, I wasn't mad at you. I think I was frustrated about something before, but I really wasn't upset. But even that, like, we're so dependent on each other. We know even a slight inkling. But then the problem with that is that we take on each other's energies. And that happens a lot when you're living with someone constantly, is that if you're feeling off, I can feel it. If I'm feeling off, you can feel it. And so it's not only that you're dealing with your own emotions, you're dealing with mine as well. So going into taking time for yourself, the car thing.
I know. I just sometimes I wonder, and this has nothing to do with you, obviously. But sometimes I wonder, I'm like, what would it be easier if like I had no roommates at all? And I don't know if it would be. I just think maybe, finding things that are totally separate from, I don't know, maybe I need a hobby or something. I think that's what I need to start. I need a hobby.
I think she is really, I know this sounds weird, but like your gym sessions, your workouts.
Yeah, but that's like an hour out of my entire day.
No, I get it. But that is like, she writes down her own routines. You've studied weightlifting. You've studied all this stuff. Like she prioritizes it, makes it a thing. I know you don't call it a hobby, but it kind of is in some ways because you've actually, you could literally create a workout schedule for someone in 2 You've done it for Scarlett like 8 times.
I did it. I actually sent her one yesterday.
That sounds, exactly. Yeah. That is a hobby, but that is taking time for yourself. But
no, I need to do something at night where it's like a wine and painting class. Every Tuesday.
You know what I did that I loved doing? And we were saying this, like night workouts and things like that are so good. But when I used to go to these meditation classes, and it would be like at 6 o'clock at night and they're an hour and you just do not talk and you're just meditating, driving home during sunset, no one looking at you, no one talking to you is so nice.
No, that already gives me so much anxiety for multiple reasons. One, sitting still for an hour, can't do it. Two, when
You
it's
can.
that quiet, when it's that quiet, I get worried about noises that come out of my body. Like, am I breathing too loud? Do they hear me?
They do.
My stomach growls at insane
That's
volumes.
happened to me. Actually, whenever it's quiet,
Right.
it does growl.
My stomach is like on X Games mode all the time.
Yeah.
Especially at 6 o'clock
true.
at night. Like, I always have to crack my back. What if you have to like fart? Like, literally so many things.
Yeah. Well, okay, but also back to when you were saying, like, would it be better to live alone? I think the only thing I'd be worried about is, like, am I going to be more separated from my friends and family? Like, because when we're those people that if you don't get us out of our zone, we can stay in our comfort.
I don't think that's the case,
You don't
though. I
think
think
so?
it's the opposite. If you're living alone, you'll force yourself to go out more to
Oh,
see
I
your
don't
friends.
think
Whereas
so.
if you're already living with your friends, you're comfortable always staying home.
What if? No, I don't. Because what if your friend is saying, "Let's go out"? You live
Sophia,
with them. They're
we
like,
eat
"Okay,
the
let's go."
same dinner every night of the week at the same time with the same sriracha, with the same sliced carrot. It's like the same thing. What do
The
you
same
mean?
curried
I
cauliflower.
was gonna say, we do
So
not
good.
get out of our routine.
No, we do. We're good at it. We make sure we do.
Honestly, coming and shooting this podcast is my highlight. I'm like, woo, change, people.
Getting ready. No, but in the end, I think it is really important to take your separation. And sitting in the car maybe is your body's way of saying, I need some time.
I love it. I listen to podcasts in the car.
That's great.
It's so great. You know what? We're not gonna get some time very soon though, because we're about to visit our whole family in Florida.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I know. I love Florida.
I miss Scarlett a lot.
We haven't seen her since she's left.
I know. I wonder what she's gonna look like.
I feel like she's going to look different.
Seriously,
I think she's
though,
going to look super blonde.
you always look different. Like when you come back from your freshman year of college.
Yeah, I looked horrible.
Something happens. People change.
Yeah, I didn't look too good when I
What
came
if
back.
I don't like her? I'm just kidding. What if I was like, who are you?
I know what if she's sassier than she is now because she thinks that she knows a lot more because she's like a college student,
She probably does know more than me though. Look at
Yeah, no, she's way cooler than we were in freshman year of college.
No, but I'm excited to see mom and dad. I know
Yeah.
that they're absolutely tweaking with excitement to see us.
I know. The only pain in the ass is the flight. I hate flying 5 hours. I hate planes. Not that I'm scared of planes, but does anyone else feel like shit on and off a flight? Like I get so dehydrated. No matter if I buy 4 liters of water, I look horrible. I don't like it.
That is
jet lag.
my
headaches.
biggest fear about traveling with a potential partner in the future. If they say, babe, we're going to go to Montana. I don't know.
Yeah, Vegas.
Sure, that's a better one. Vegas. Why would we go to Montana?
Yeah,
I would say, sounds good. I'm going to fly a day early and meet you there. Because I don't want you to see what I look like coming on the plane, especially coming off the plane. Because for some reason, I get like 7 new pimples by the time we land.
Yeah, literally.
What the fuck's up with that?
I'm not going to be that girl that puts on a face mask in the middle of a flight, like
Oh,
a
God,
jelly
I hope
mask.
not.
Like I don't want to look like what's it called?
But then
Mike Myers.
like if I'm traveling, I got to put some concealer on and brush the brows up. But then oil. Hi, how are you?
I don't think I've ever looked good leaving a flight.
No,
ever.
never.
I
And it's
really
like-
am not over
and I
dramatic
smell.
about that.
So here's
So
the thing.
bad.
So bad. Ooh.
And then,
So
wait,
gross.
Not only that, when we were flying, I think back from seeing our parents, you were trying to watch a movie, and I had this thought: answer me this question? Ready?
Mm.
What do you do when you're watching a sex scene on a flight? Seriously, or any type of risque film.
I only watch risque films on flights.
Do you? I always get so nervous. I cover the screen and I look so awkward
It's my
doing
favorite
that
pastime.
to make people uncomfortable.
I love it. What was the last one I watched? I did Magic Mike actually.
In
I
honor
like
of
2 flights
us going to
ago.
London.
Yeah, and
Yes.
then
Disobedience.
Oh yeah, I watched a movie called Disobedience on a flight, and I was like,
Yeah.
this seems appropriate right now.
I feel like oh God, there was also a film I watched that had some like sexual scenes in it. And I just don't like making other people feel uncomfortable because they're not choosing to watch the film.
Well, they're
But you
also
just
choosing to
naturally-
look at your screen and say, what's up?
What's up? Oh God. I don't know. Well, let's test this theory. The flight there, you watch the film. Tell me how it goes. Be very blatantly obvious that you're watching it.
I'm going to look around and be like, you guys see this?
You guys want to watch this with me?
Anyone else want to share a headphone? No?
Oh God.
I honestly wish that people were more communicative on flights. I love talking to people.
I know
next
you
to
do
me.
like to message people.
You guys, I had a crazy experience one time. I thought I met the love of my life on a plane.
Actually, though,
I actually
she
did.
FaceTimed me the moment she stepped off the plane because of this.
No, I honestly thought this is my new boyfriend. If you're watching this is so embarrassing.
He's definitely not.
What's up? Yeah, I honestly did. And I could not have looked worse for a flight in my life. I was on my way to Puerto Rico, about to play a prostitute. This is a true story. My hair was bright orange because I dyed it very wrong. And I had a hood on that was so big, it looked like the Grim Reaper. And I made sure it purposely covered half my face because I was looking extra ugly this morning. And I remember my head was down and I was listening to Billie Eilish to get sad.
Sistine likes to make herself sad listening to sad songs.
It's my favorite.
It
It was
really,
like 8 a.m. And I looked to my left and I looked down at his feet and I'm like, oh, those are some nice shoes. And then I trail up. I'm like,
Only
I
you.
like those pants. And then I'm like, oh my God, he's wearing one of those, camel colored trench coats with a gray hoodie. Are you kidding me right now, bro? And
that
I
is
looked like this.
That's nice, actually.
And I looked like this. I'm pretty sure there was a stain on the hoodie. It was so bad. And he says something. He goes, oh God. Maybe I'm bad today because this is a terrible line. He goes, oh, I like your bag. I had a really cool backpack. And I go, thanks, I could fit my whole closet in it. Why would I say that?
Smooth.
Why would I say that?
I don't know. No, I actually don't know.
4 hours later, we're still talking.
Yeah.
And it went great.
It did go great.
And we went on a date. And it went horrible.
Yeah, I know. They went on 2 dates and the second date was atrocious.
Atrocious.
I feel bad. I really, not that like whatever, but I really wanted that to work because I loved the buildup of it.
Can you
Meeting on a
imagine?
flight.
I know.
It's just like, how cute is that?
It honestly was the greatest round trip of my life because I met this guy on the way there. And on the way home, I sat next to a practicing witch.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
Guess what the witch
My
told
luck
her?
is amazing.
It's so funny.
Oh, and get this. This lady's crazy. So she's pounding Chardonnays. I think she's on her 7th one. And so she starts talking. And it was much better than what I was watching on the TV. So of course, I'm engaging and I'm egging her on because it's just fun. And she starts telling me about how she was an actor and that she's in musicals and theaters. And she starts giving me an entire monologue from The Talented Mr. Ripley, but she's playing all 3 characters with different voices. It's amazing. And then she notices that I get nervous. This is when it gets interesting. She notices that I get nervous when there's turbulence. I clutched my seat and I'm scrunched. It was bad. It wasn't like a little baby turbulence. It was a pretty big one.
Okay.
And she leans over and she goes, don't worry, you're not dying on this flight. Oh, it gets better. I go, how do you know? And she goes, because I know how you're going to die. And I said, do tell. I feel like most people at this point would say, abort, I'm not going to answer
want to know
this
how I
in
die.
that case.
I'd be paranoid in my life.
Of course I want to know what this girl on her now 9th Chardonnay has for me.
Because she definitely sounds like the word of wisdom.
I think so. She looked like a little witchy, So I said, tell me. And she goes, look, I don't want to freak you out, but I'm a practicing witch for the last 19 years. And I know how everyone's going to die, but I'm just telling you right now, you're not going to die on this plane. And I said, will you tell me how I'm going to die? And she said, no, but you will live a very long life. But I do need to warn you, you have a terrible relationship with your mother and you need to fix it. And I was like, I have a great relationship.
Yeah, I was going to say, mom and you are like best friends. You're actually more alike than mom and I.
But anyway, I thought it was so funny. I was leading her. I was like, yeah, we do. Yep. So what do I... And it was so funny. She was just telling me everything. She was telling me about my dating life. And she was wrong.
She right about,
she was wrong
I was
about
gonna say,
everything.
I would have loved to hear what her idea of like...
But I was agreeing with all of it.
You know what? I just remembered this. Sistine has a natural ability to bring in psychics or witches around her. Like literally, we'll be out in a restaurant and some lady will come up. It's one of those moments. I get so jealous because I want those moments.
It's so good.
Where the lady goes, I have to tell you something.
This is so crazy.
And she goes, what?
I was at dinner with my family and my now ex, right? So we were dating at the time. This woman pulls me. I was the last one in line as we're all leaving. Pulls me out of the group. She goes, I'm so sorry. I never do this. But something was telling me that I need to tell you this. the person that you're seeing now is not going to last. He's not good for you. And something very bad is going to happen soon. I go, oh my God, right? Chills. She was right.
Something bad did happen to him, but he's okay now. But like,
No, it was.
was I just? Oh yeah,
And it literally
Ooh.
happened. So she predicted it.
Oh,
I said,
God,
no. I
it's-
even told the guy. I was like, how crazy is that? He's
I
like,
thought it was.
yeah,
Oh.
crazy. We go on a trip. All hell breaks loose.
Oh my God, that's. Oh my God, now everything's
know.
coming back.
Yeah. It's so true. Maybe psychics love me.
No, because the psychic that came on said that you have like a natural ability to bring in that type of thing.
I
Which
don't know
is
what to
so
tell you guys.
cool.
My aura's pretty good. I don't know.
You're so annoying. Okay.
Sorry.
So you guys, we love our unsolicited advice and we love when you guys write in. So just a friendly reminder, because we love hearing from you. Go to Apple Podcasts, Unwaxed Podcast, give us that 5 stars and ask your questions there. We check all the time. So we're definitely looking for those really good questions.
Yes. Also, I was reading a lot of the YouTube comments this morning on multiple videos of ours, and they're all very positive. So thank you guys so much for commenting and writing in. I do not lie. We read all of them. So thank you guys. We really, really, really
We
love
really
it.
appreciate it. So this one, I can't really pronounce the name, but regardless, this show goes great with a nice sandwich from Calabria's.
Yes, it does.
I would love to try that.
Solid point.
Would be better with all 3 sisters. I
agree.
I agree. I like the banter. Also, this show is off the cuff, no stiff fake stuff, like lots of other media. Yes, this show is very much off the cuff, to say the least.
We're unwaxed.
So speaking of stiff, what's Sophia's idea of a great romantic weekend getaway? Be specific, right down to the type of wine.
This listener really
God.
knows Sophia well if he's asking, or she, right down to the type of wine, because Sophia would already have the wine picked out.
I would. Okay, for one thing, I don't like flights, as I said. I think I look bad. My whole body's dehydrated.
So are
and
you
I get
driving?
pimples. So we're driving somewhere. So if I'm in LA, I'd say let's go to Santa Barbara for the weekend.
Oh, cute.
Right? Get a cute hotel.
Yeah.
Get a cute little ocean view. A cute restaurant. I'm trying to think of the wine I would probably have.
Red or white?
I love both. Wait, white. Don't sleep on Avaline by Cameron Diaz. That
Fire.
white wine is fire. It's so good.
Good for you.
Everyone get it. It's so good.
So good.
Red. I like a Pinot Noir.
Okay.
So
Now, what are you ordering? Are we carving out? Are we doing a little?
we're definitely carving out. I'm not going to be
salmon?
that girl that's, well, if it's a fish place,
Well,
we're getting the
also-
salmon or the sole. If it's a pasta place, we're getting the, not red sauce because that makes my tummy hurt.
She's like, we'll get like a little de pepe, whatever that one's called. A little
Actually,
pepper.
I switch it up.
Oh.
Weekend getaway. Here it goes. You fly me to,
Vegas.
no, you fly me to Tokyo for the
Huh?
weekend.
You said you didn't want any flights.
No, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. If we're going to go balls to the wall, you're getting a private jet. We're going to Tokyo. And guess what we're doing in Tokyo? We're going to do some karaoke in Tokyo. It's definitely like Lost in Translation. I want the pink wig.
Without the depression.
Yes, without
Yeah.
the depression and the champagne. So we're
Sure.
drunk and we're happy and we're singing.
Yep.
We're there for the weekend. We go to that top floor that's really sexy at the, what's that hotel that we stayed at one time?
I don't know.
I don't know. But we're walking around. They have the best nightclubs there. Go to a nightclub. We get back and he's like, baby, we're going home. And the rest of the time, I get a massage on the flight.
She's like, the rest of the time we are
And you wanna-
shape shifting.
Yes. And you know what wine we have? Avaline.
See of Avaline, right? Does he have any
Everywhere.
like flowers for you at the rim? Maybe some chocolate covered strawberries.
Yes.
Perhaps some lavender oil so you can.
I want the
relax.
flowers to be exactly like how Kim Kardashian did it with Kanye, all over the floor. And I want Kenny G to be playing in the
That
middle.
I don't like that. There
I'm
is
being
bound.
sarcastic.
There's bound to be a thorn in there.
There's
You're
bound to be some
fucked for the
bees
rest of the
flying
trip.
around.
Yeah.
I have a question. What would yours be then? The first one obviously was my real one, but you know,
Perfect
not too
weekend
excited.
getaway. I think, flight is out for me. We're going to drive somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's saying Joshua Tree. I think maybe Joshua Tree.
Joshua Tree?
Rent a really cool Airbnb because I heard the houses there are really cool.
You like bugs and woodsy stuff?
I think it would be different and interesting because where else would you go?
I'm just not about it.
I think
Santa
that's what I would do.
Barbara. Napa?
And that's really cozy and romantic and under the stars. And you could have a fire
Mm-hmm.
and you could, put on body paint and do some dances. I don't know.
Oh, you know what would be better?
That's what I think of.
Maybe
when
the best, I think we could
Joshua
both agree, if it was a weekend getaway. Cabo. A really fun time in Cabo, right? Right?
Still have to fly though.
Yeah, but that's like a short flight. I can look really cute on a short flight.
Yeah, but then you have to get like bikini body ready.
Oh, that's fair.
It's a lot of work. If you guys were extra aware of the little intro song that we have brought back, because so many people missed it.
I know.
And honestly, I kind of missed it too. So I'm really happy that it's back. We got the OG song. So yeah, I would just like to mention that. And thank you guys so much for tuning in this week.
We had the best time, and I hope you guys do the erotic blueprint and tell us what your
Yes.
results were. So
Message
remember that.
us.
Message us on that. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.